What's up everyone, this is Tony with JRNYcrypto. So gold today just broke its all-time high price of $2,000 per ounce of gold. Just insane rally for gold. And I definitely think Bitcoin's all-time high price of $20,000 is coming very soon. I'm going to go over the reasons why. So both the technical analysis and the fundamentals for Bitcoin are lined up, and I definitely see Bitcoin breaking $15,000 soon, possibly within August, and then breaking its all-time high of $20,000 by the end of 2020. So I'm going to get into all that and why I believe Bitcoin's very bullish right now and what my plan is for Bitcoin as well. So before we get started, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, hit the bell to be notified when I make new cryptocurrency videos. I'm doing at least 5 crypto videos per week. Also comment below what are your thoughts on Bitcoin right now and where do you see the price of Bitcoin at the end of 2020. So Bitcoin today at $11,700, holding strong past that $11,500 price range. I definitely could see $15,000 Bitcoin coming by the end of August and even breaking that $20,000 all-time high price for Bitcoin by the end of 2020 or even sooner. And I'm going to go into some detailed reasons why I believe that's so. The fundamentals and the technical analysis are lining up for Bitcoin right now, and it's a great time in my opinion to be getting into cryptocurrencies in general. Gold just broke its all-time high, and I do believe this is because of the situation the world is in right now with coronavirus. All the governments printing trillions of dollars to prop up the economies. So we are headed towards some major inflation, and people are looking for alternative investments than holding fiat currency just to protect their money. So back in May, Paul Tudor Jones did announce he's putting a small percentage of his portfolio into Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation, which was very smart because he's already up a lot in Bitcoin. He also compared crypto to the 70s gold trade, which is huge because back in the 70s gold went parabolic, doing over 700% gains. So if we do have a similar effect over the next few years, we could be seeing Bitcoin not only break its all-time high price of $20,000, but surpassing $50,000, even $100,000 per Bitcoin. And I'm definitely bullish on Bitcoin in the short term, as well as Ethereum and Cardano and some other altcoins that are doing some huge things right now. So definitely I could see many people are starting to invest in cryptocurrencies, at least with a small percentage of their portfolio, just to protect their money against inflation that's coming inevitably. Over the next couple of years, we're going to have some of the worst inflation we've ever had in history, in my opinion. Trillions of dollars being printed, and coronavirus is not getting better in the United States. Another stimulus package is coming, which is going to be another $1 trillion printed. They're also printing trillions more for unemployment and everything else. So that's going to cause major inflation and definitely be causing the price of cryptos to rise. So if we do take a look at the Bitcoin charts, we are at a major resistance level here around $11,500 to $12,000 per Bitcoin. Last time we were at this Bitcoin price was July 2019, and that was the hype leading up to the launch of Backed, which I think ended up being much smaller than people were expecting. So I did buy into Bitcoin here in April of 2019, which was a great buy since it did run up to $12,000 very quickly. I'm pretty much just as bullish on Bitcoin as I was at that time in April. And I definitely think there's a lot more fundamentals and technical analysis showing that Bitcoin is a buy right now than there was in April 2019. And I definitely think Bitcoin's undervalued right now compared to July 2019 as well. There's much more bullish news in the crypto space. There's a massive amount of inflation coming. There's all kinds of fundamentals that are showing that crypto is more bullish than ever, as well as the technical analysis showing that Bitcoin could have a major breakout now and passing those all-time high price of $20,000 per Bitcoin. So yesterday we actually got the news that Bitcoin price hits new all-time high against the Turkish Lira, which is Turkey's fiat currency. So Turkey is experiencing some major inflation right now. They have been trying to save their currency Lira, but it's pretty much failing. And as a result, the price of Bitcoin is at an all-time high compared to the Turkish Lira. So as we are starting to see countries be affected by this major printing and the major amount of inflation, we are going to be seeing the prices of cryptocurrencies move up in result. So I definitely see this coming for the US dollar as well as every other fiat currency with all the printing that's happening around the world. And coronavirus is not going away, so the printing is going to have to continue. And people are definitely looking for a better store of value than just keeping their money in fiat savings. So we are seeing a lot of discussion on both Bitcoin and gold right now, which is huge. Market Insider posted today, young investors have flooded into Bitcoin during the pandemic, while the older generation can't get enough of gold, which is why we're seeing new all-time highs for gold. Obviously, the baby boomers are a much larger generation and they hold much more wealth. So as they're piling into gold, the gold is hitting a new all-time high. But many people are putting at least a small percentage in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as well. And as the wealth transitions to the younger generation is going to be more likely to invest in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies rather than gold and silver. So more mainstream news here. Bloomberg saying older investors go for gold, younger ones Bitcoin. We're seeing this as a trend on mainstream media right now. Basically gold and Bitcoin being correlated together, and gold hitting its all-time high today, I definitely think could make Bitcoin pump as well, as they are correlating the two. We also have this article here. 3 ways US Fed printing is fueling huge gold, silver, and Bitcoin rally. And in this article, they do discuss Bitcoin's increasing correlation with gold. And as you can see, the price of Bitcoin and gold are being more and more correlated. Now that the price of gold has hit an all-time high, I could definitely see the price of Bitcoin pumping at least a little bit. This article also states the declining dollar is a positive catalyst for each asset. So as major inflation is kicking in, obviously gold and silver and Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are going to become more valuable as the purchasing power of the fiat currency is going down. You're going to have to use more fiat currency to buy the same amount of cryptocurrency or Bitcoin or silver. So that's a positive thing for cryptocurrencies in general. Liquidity from central banks is also growing. So today, Bitcoin will break 400,000 in the long term. Morgan Creek's Pomp predicts. Pomp is huge on Twitter and is always on mainstream news talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So Bitcoin will eventually capture more of the market than gold, is what Pomp believes, and pass that $8 trillion global market cap, which would be just massive for Bitcoin and give the price of Bitcoin over $400,000 per Bitcoin. I definitely see this happening in the long term over the span of the next 10 to 20 years, especially with the baby boomer generation passing their wealth to the younger generation now, and the younger generation being more likely to invest in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. We're going to definitely see a transition from traditional assets into cryptocurrencies as well, and a lot of wealth transfer over. The cryptocurrency space is still extremely new. If we look at the global market cap, it's currently 355 billion, which is insanely small. Comparing every cryptocurrency combined is worth 355 billion, and gold right now is worth over $8 trillion alone. So you just have to think about that and consider how small the crypto space still is. And right now, a lot of retail investors are taking notice. The massive amount of inflation coming is definitely pushing people to look into cryptocurrency for the first time. We're seeing institutional investors being at an all-time high as well. So many good things piling up to definitely lead towards the next cryptocurrency all-time high for not only Bitcoin, but also the global market cap, which I think is definitely coming. We almost hit a $1 trillion global market cap at the peak of the last bull run, but it was shy about $170 billion. So I definitely think that 1 trillion global market cap is on the horizon, and we could see that happening by mid 2021, I believe. So another huge article in Forbes today, did Bitcoin just surpass a key technical level, which I do believe it did, passing that $11,500 price again. So it did pass that price on August 2nd, but I do believe that whales came in here and dumped the market just to try to accumulate more Bitcoin one last time before we started really rallying. So the price has gone sideways since and has been correcting higher lows moving forward as well. We are now touching that key resistance level again, and I definitely think we could break upwards here in the upcoming days, especially with all the bullish news and everything that's happening in the world as well. I definitely could see the price of Bitcoin rallying very soon, as well as Ethereum and other altcoins that are doing big things. But a lot of the attention is on Bitcoin right now, correlated with gold, and that's getting a lot of mainstream news. So I think a lot of new investors are going to be investing in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency for the first time in the upcoming few days. So something else huge for Bitcoin, Barstool Sports president Dave Portnoy, I want to buy all the Bitcoins. So he's been tweeting a lot about Bitcoin, and he tweeted to the Winklevoss twins that he wants to learn about Bitcoin and buy into Bitcoin again. And they did set up a meeting, and the Winklevoss twins did agree to this. So this is getting a lot of news as well. This guy just interviewed President Trump, and he's huge into stocks. So definitely a massive following of a few million people follow this guy and could definitely be noticing Bitcoin because of this as well, especially Bitcoin being in all the mainstream news over the past 2 days as well. A lot of people, I think, are going to be considering buying Bitcoin over this weekend. So I'm definitely bullish on Bitcoin in the short term, even more bullish on the long term. But I think right now is a key level where Bitcoin is passing that $11,500. We're seeing a lot of bullish news, and a lot of retail investors taking interest is definitely going to be pushing the price of Bitcoin up. I definitely think we're going to be passing that $12,000, even going up to the $15,000 resistance level. So I think it's great news that gold has hit its all-time high today of $2,000 per ounce. Last time gold did this well was in 2011, so it's been a long time. And this news of gold is getting cryptocurrency and Bitcoin a lot of news coverage as well. Lots of mainstream news channels as well as websites are covering not only gold but Bitcoin as well because of this. So getting Bitcoin and cryptos tons of coverage as well is just great. So if we look at the past for gold, the last peak price before 2011 was around March 2008. This was around the time of the last market crash. So as you can see, the last market crash did cause a lot of people to start investing in gold and silver as an alternative store of wealth. So I definitely think with what we have going on now, a similar effect is happening, but I think it's going to be much more powerful this time around as well, because we not only have a market crash coming, but also trillions of dollars being printed, major inflation coming. So people are looking for alternative stores of wealth just to protect their money against inflation that's inevitably coming. So in May, we did have the third Bitcoin halving, which reduces the amount of Bitcoins created per day down from 1,800 down to 900. So 900 less Bitcoins coming into circulation every single day really adds up over time. So if we do take 900 Bitcoin per day times 30 days in a month, that's 27,000 Bitcoins per month less that's coming into circulation. This really has a massive impact on the price of Bitcoin over time. So if you multiply this by 6 months, that's 162,000 Bitcoins at the current price of $11,750. That's $1,900,500,000 worth of Bitcoin less in circulation just in 6 months time, and that's going to continue over time as well. Every 6 months, about $2 billion worth of Bitcoin less in circulation. This has a massive impact over time, and this is why I'm bullish as well. If we take a look, the last time we were at this peak price, July 2019, this was just based on the hype of Bakkt launching, which was supposed to bring tons of institutional money to the cryptocurrency space, but it didn't play out as big as people thought. Now we have 2 billion less of Bitcoin in circulation every 6 months, which is just huge in my opinion. At the same time as increased demand with everything that's happening, now being correlated with gold as well. I think this price of Bitcoin is going to be skyrocketing very soon. Supply and demand shows that the supply is decreasing at the same time demand is increasing. That's only going to make the price of Bitcoin move up. And I do believe we're going to be seeing new all-time highs of Bitcoin of $20,000 or more by the end of 2020. And I do believe we'll be seeing 100,000 to 150,000 per Bitcoin summer of 2021. So lots of huge things to come. Please let me know what you guys think about Bitcoin right now in the comments below, and where do you see it headed in 2020. Also, feel free to let me know what altcoins you're most bullish on. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a altcoin video on hidden gems, basically small cap cryptos that I'm most bullish on. These are projects with about 20 million market cap or less, some even being around a million or less. So some real hidden gems here that I definitely think can have massive profits over the next few months as well. So look out for that. So that's about it for today's video. If you guys found the video useful, please share it with anyone that may be interested in getting into cryptocurrencies to show them why Bitcoin and cryptos are bullish right now. Also, feel free to subscribe and hit the bell if you want to be notified when I make new cryptocurrency content. I'm doing at least 5 videos per week. I also have some videos on my channel here of altcoins I'm very bullish on. If you want to see some bullish altcoins for August, I just did a video here on my channel as well. I highly recommend checking that out. So that's it for today's video. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.